Family, this is my second Qube vlog, and I got my notes. Let's go. All right, so we've started this thing. I have started a vlog to just tell the story of the Qube journey, being a founder out here in the startup tech space. And people have wanted me to do this a long time. And so here I am. This is episode 2 of the vlog. And I want to give y'all an update. So the Northwestern Venture Equity Course, it's coming to an end. It's been going on now for about 8 weeks. And I've really enjoyed the lectures. Truly, Dr. Towns, a brilliant mind. And I've enjoyed getting to know other founders in Chicago who are doing great things. It can feel very isolating to be a founder and to be a founder of color, right? And so it is just, it's always encouraging. It's probably one of the things I enjoy the most about accelerators is being surrounded by other people who are dreamers, and not just dreamers, but people who are looking to make their dreams come true, right? And build something. Like, those are my people. So I really enjoy accelerators for that, because it helps to build a network of people who, some who have achieved, right, where you're looking to go, and some who are right there with you, right? Y'all looking right next to each other like, we going. So I really enjoyed that part of it the most. This was the week where they were making calls and telling folks if they were going to be able to continue and pitch the investors, and their analysts pitch the investors. I did not get a call. So I'm assuming that we're going forward into the next round of things. And here we go. I'm hoping the analysts have everything they need. They have been unresponsive in email, which gives me angst, okay? Because I won't be the one pitching. They're really simulating this like it's an investor situation. And in the bigger VCs, you don't pitch the LPs, right? You pitch an analyst who the firm trusts, yes, to vet all of the inquiries they get. And they get so many inquiries for investment. So there's always somebody on the front lines who vets. They get all the information, your pitch deck, if you've got a data room of some kind online where they can dig into your P&Ls and your projections and mission vision, all those things. Because investors and VC firms, they also need to find alignment. They're also about alignment. So every fund is not for you. And you can't take it personal. Yeah. And these are the things that I've learned over the last 4 years. It's not personal. It's just not a good fit. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all. Really, truly. And so they are simulating that experience, but it's giving me so much anxiety because they haven't been that responsive through email. I don't know what they know. I don't know if they're going to be able to answer the questions that these potential investors might have. I have no idea. What I do know is they write checks for up to $50,000. What else I know is that we need that money. And I also know it might be our time for a yes, and it might be our time for a no. But I'm hoping that this is our time for a yes. You feel me? So we're waiting and seeing. We're waiting and seeing. We're waiting and seeing what's going to happen next. But I didn't get a call this week, so that's a good sign. Also, family, next up, I want to tell y'all about the salon. We had our first podcast salon last week on Friday. It was awesome. We had over 20-some people show up, okay? And everybody got their silent headphones. And we were in conversation, and it went by so fast. It went by so fast. The people came in, they were enjoying the space. We had it at Pen and Paper, a joint creative, which is a Black-owned business here on the south side of Chicago. And it's a collaboration between 2 businesses that came together for a brick and mortar spot. It's a beautiful story. It's a bookstore and a wellness shop. And so the homies I know, they're a part of the wellness piece. They make soaps and house sprays, and they make this awesome, delicious cranberry sauce that we get every Thanksgiving as well. And then they collaborated with a bookstore called The Book Joint, and they are now Pen and Paper, a joint creative. And so people were just enjoying the vibe. The space just opened in December. So many people hadn't been there yet. And then we had wine and we had cheese and we had a veggie tray for folks. So it's not a heavy meal or anything, just light bites and wine and water. Okay, for my sober people out there. And everybody got a raffle ticket because Focusrite was one of our partners. They sent out one of their Scarlet Studios. So everybody got a raffle ticket with their ticket, and we just had a time. I'm so grateful. 77 Flavors of Chicago was able to be our first podcast feature. There's 77 community areas in Chicago, and they have literally visited every single community area, given history about that community area, and eaten at a restaurant, a bar, in that area and recorded live from there. I actually am on one of the episodes where they came to my neighborhood in Washington Heights. We recorded outside. Their podcast is brilliant. And now they also do videos. They got like almost 60,000 followers on Instagram. And so they are doing the thing. And so we learned so much about Chicago history together, talking with them. Also learning about their process, learning about how they run ads. And I'm not recording live, so if you're not there, you miss it. We ain't doing that yet. We on a very small budget. We have no financial sponsors. I just knew this is what needed to happen to help grow the Qube. Yeah. We needed to have these IRL events. We need to do them regularly, and I need to build a community of podcasters here at home. And the fact that I'm going to be able to bring in folks from around the country, I can't wait for some of y'all watching this right now, some of my podcast homies, to come to Chicago and be a part of it. I think this is going to be a thing, and I think it's going to be a good thing, and I'm excited about the possibilities. And so we had Young Romance open it up, 77 Flavors, and then we did the podcast open mic, which turned out so great. It was so cool. We had 2 podcasters in the room. They got up to the front, they shared who they were and shared about their podcast, and it was like an open mic night for podcasts. I loved it. So I'm looking forward to doing that more. And the whole point, right? The whole point of the Qube is that we help folks discover their next favorite podcast, specifically Black and Brown podcast. And why not do a podcast open mic where other people can get up and share? It all turned out so well. And then I unveiled this next project that we're doing in conjunction with the salon, which is it is a vinyl record. So how about I unbox it? Yes, on the vlog. I unboxed it for them first. Okay, I literally got it that Friday. So I hadn't even seen it myself when I unboxed it to everybody. And we already got 10 orders. So I want to unbox it with y'all right here. Yes, it came in this box. It came with all this protection, okay? Came with all this protection. And let me show y'all the album. This is the album. I designed it myself, the Podcast Salon. You see the bean, it's all Chicago, okay? On the back, everybody who's going to be a part of it, there's still a lot of TBDs, okay? Will be listed on the back. I wrote a little thing about the Qube. It looks so sexy, y'all. Wait till I open this. And then I couldn't get this paper back on, but the paper that goes alongside in here is going to have all the podcasts that are going to be on the vinyl on this paper here. And then on the back, you see the bean and a QR code. This is going to give people a digital link to listen to the album outside of on the vinyl, because I know some of y'all ain't got no record player. That's all good, but I love the fact I'm going to promote the podcast here, and then you can get the digital version on the back and then check it out. The actual record though, so this one ain't got no audio on it. We haven't recorded any audio yet, but you can see, yes, that the hole is like right in the middle, so when you spin the record, the Qube keeps spinning with you. Yo, we are putting podcasts on vinyl. Okay, that's what's happening here, because we need to archive outside of the digital spaces. We have to figure out a way to archive our stories, our audio stories, and why not on vinyl? So what's going to happen is I'm asking everyone we're featuring if they want to be part, and we'll include one of their 2 to 3 minute clips on this record. And if they sell a record, they get $5. And we're selling the records for $45. It costs enough to make, you understand? And so hopefully we can make a little money from it. Hopefully everybody can get something dope out of it. You can discover maybe your next favorite podcast from those clips, okay? And we're putting podcasts on vinyl. This is volume 1 of the Podcast Salon. So if this is something you're into, I included a link in the blog this week so you can do your pre-order. We need to get at least 100 pre-orders before they can get pressed. Yeah, that's the deal. So we got 10, all right? And so if this feels like something you'll be interested in, yo, let's go. Let's make some podcast history with our first Podcast Salon album. Yes. So family, This was the second vlog. I'm never going to hold you long. I'm enjoying talking to you all, keeping you all updated on the journey, and fingers crossed about Northwestern and its venture equity, and that we can get that check. That check. Okay, I'm so ready to do this again and to get it right this time. Okay, that's real. So I'll talk to y'all next week. Peace.